If raw power is what you're looking for, the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta V12 powerhouse that feels more like the classic Ferrari from the 60s and will get your heart pumping faster than a Zumba class. So sit tight and don't go anywhere. This is Motopedia.ae. The Ferrari F12's design is a modern interpretation of their 275 GTB from the 60s. The Berlinetta's rear-wheel drive, front-engine layout combines some of Ferrari's best design and performance in a stunning Grand Touring body. The F12 Berlinetta's design creates perfect harmony between aerodynamic efficiency and the elegant proportions typical of Ferrari's front-engined V12 cars. The result of this collaboration is an innovative system of airflows, which makes this car absolutely original and unique. A true marriage of technology and aesthetics. The F12 Berlinetta has low, sleek coupe lines with powerfully sculpted flanks, whose contours curve and dip to channel the airflows from the bonnet. The two aerodynamic channels, created by reducing the volume between the wings and central bonnet bulge, pass below a bridge in the area between the front wheel arch and the bottom of the A-pillar, before flowing into scoops in the flanks, lifting and lightening the car's side volume. But the overall proportions are classic front-engine Ferrari, with a low-slung stance, long hood, a set-back passenger compartment, and sleek organic curves flowing over the wheels. The front of the car is dominated by an imposing grille that draws air into the engine bay to cool the V12. On either side of it are electronically controlled guide vents which help cool the brakes. This is an original and active aerodynamic solution, as when closed they cut drag, and when open guarantee optimal brake cooling. The rear of the F12 Berlinetta is characterized by a modern, functional reinterpretation of the camtail, which seamlessly integrates the two vertical fences of the rear diffuser. The resulting original T-shape also incorporates two full LED circular taillights in the clearly F1-inspired rear fog light. The F12's performance deserves as much praise as you can give it. Today, there's such a reliance on turbochargers and electronic support that it's a refreshing surprise to see a naturally aspirated V12 engine that sounds as good as it performs. The 6.3-liter V12 produces 740 horsepower with 690 Nm of torque on tap. 80% of that torque is available at 2,500 RPM all the way to 8,700 RPM. Giving you heart-thumping acceleration right from the start. Ferrari used their Formula One tech to minimize inertia so that the engine revs rapidly. What this means is a getaway that will throw you and your frightened passenger back in the seat as you cling onto the steering wheel to control the beast. So let's look at what it can do. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour can be reached at 3 seconds. Engage the car at the right gear at 50 kilometers per hour, and in 2.3 seconds you'll cross 112 kilometers per hour. At its peak, the Ferrari will hit 310 kilometers an hour. That's just blazingly fast and puts the F12 in a league all its own. To achieve these numbers, the F12's chassis owes a lot to the aeronautical industry. The space frame chassis uses 12 different alloys to reduce 50 kilograms in weight, a savings you'll immediately appreciate as you press on the throttle. Using innovative materials, the new carbon ceramic braking system delivers excellent stopping distances as well. A new transaxle architecture was also developed to move the car's center of gravity toward the rear and also increase passenger and luggage space. The end result is a car that's lighter by 70 kilograms with a center of gravity that's 25 millimeters lower. People used to say that when you bought a Ferrari, you were sold an engine. The car came for free. Not today. But the F12's greatest achievement is still that V12. The Ferrari's interior is dominated by the need to provide the driver with everything at arm's length. Sit behind the wheel, take it all in, because you'll need to remember where everything is. For instance, the steering wheel now controls the indicator switches, a welcome change where you can position your thumbs and press them on and off. What takes some getting used to are the wiper functions underneath, which can easily be activated if you're new. The engine start and suspension buttons are on the left of the wheel, with the drive mode switch placed on the bottom with a bright red switch. Thankfully, the paddle shifters are placed on the steering column rather than the wheel, making it easy to switch gears even if you're turning rapidly. The center gauge cluster focuses your eyes on the central yellow RPM gauge, encouraging you to focus your energy on getting better gear shifts. To the left and right are two high-resolution screens. The left screen can be customized to show you the speed gauge and other essential controls, whereas the right screen has the sat-nav, which is an ideal location and is a brilliant resolution, giving you a sharp image even with its small size. Operating both these screens, though, is not as easy, with fiddly little switches placed underneath that will require some finesse and training to get going. In the middle, the classic F1 setup has the reverse, auto, and launch gear buttons, positioned in a beautiful thin carbon fiber bridge that has space underneath to store a phone and wallet. Finally, just above the gears sits the climate control, a rather sparse, basic setup that controls temperature and speed. The F12 claims to have more space with their new architecture, and at first glance, this can be hard to understand with the shorter overall length. But step inside and you'll find your legs stretched almost straight out in line with your hips, but with everything easily at arm's reach. Ferrari achieves perfect harmony between creating a low, sporty driving position, but also giving maximum comfort to the driver. The main objective with the F12 Berlinetta's seats was to reduce their volumes as much as possible, to ensure freer occupant movement within the cabin, while at the same time ensuring they are extremely comfortable and respect lateral containment geometries. The headrest is fully integrated into the backrest, giving the seat a very modern, track-inspired feel. The rear of the cockpit features an upholstered rear bench with leather luggage straps to hold bags securely in place. Cabin noise is reasonably high and can strain your senses on long drives or in traffic, as what the car really longs for is an open road where it can flex its muscles. The F12 Berlinetta probably has more power than its wheels can handle and can be slightly terrifying to push hard. But if you keep your nerve and push through the understeer, you'll be rewarded with performance that will thrill your soul.